Okay, here we are. Welcome to Broken Bloodline. Got a 5v5. We got Rootin' Hormone. We got Piwo. We got Pom. Now, how'd they do that? They've got no name. Got no name over. We got Nemo, Captain Nemo on Team 1. That's gonna be blue, I do believe. Am I mixing things up? Yeah, nope, blue is Team 1. We got Jaspex, Flying Breakfast, Palm Bear, Nemo, Rootin' Hormone. On the ANS side, that is going to be Alliance Naval Services. And we're going to be seeing the OSP side first. Broken Bloodline, the remote location far away from the front lines, boneyard of disputed authenticity. Well, if you look around, you'll see it. We got Gear Shift, bringing the Container Liner. Container Liner, a classic OSP trick. We got Double Container Liner, a double classic OSP trick. This is how meme games begin and end. If one of these dies early, it could snowball out of control. Gear Shift has two little support ships, jammers, to aid the elderly, old, slow container liner along. It's just got tons of shipping containers, and what's in those shipping containers? Explosives, missiles. Mungie bringing the shuttle fleet, or shuttle fleets. Three little trios. Shuttles along with one scout. Saint Lucia. Oh my gosh, these are all saints. They've got the Vatican sign. Lovingly named. Bandit. Bandit with a rail Ocello. It must be a very cheap one because everything else is just going to be these little shuttles. Shuttles, rocket shuttles, very effective. Honestly, optimal strategy for OSP, in my opinion. They cap points, they kill things that are smaller than LCs, and if something is slower than an LC, it's not going to be capping points. Trojan Shadow bringing two 450 liners. And this is almost an off-meta, old-school style, I say old school. When OSP first came out, this was the kind of fleet people would run all the time. Now it's more monitors. People like their monitors a lot more nowadays. But this is... I honestly don't like running monitors. I would run fleets like this. The only one I wouldn't run, I think, is maybe Squirrel Boys right here because I don't like railguns. But that's about it. I just don't think railguns do very well most of the time. Or maybe I'm bad at them. Over on the other side, we have Nemo, Captain Nemo, going to have Slam of Gizelle, Piwo. I wonder what Piwo means. Druve Blab, a scout. Oh, come on. You have to have a spyglass. You have a spyglass in Pinard. Just picking up all the radars as they point out here. We can't see the tracks that they have, but they do have some tracks. They're going to get spotlight elant lobes off of these. Or they should be. The battleship already spotted by these early warning radars. They don't quite know exactly where it is, but they are already getting data on it. And you can, with those railguns, you can shoot this far. So, potentially working out here right off the bat, these railguns. Railguns cripple a ship, but they by themselves tend not to kill the ship. And they pin almost anything. And you can see they go wide. This early warning radar is not great at tracking where exactly things are. Breathing Hormone down here going to have a classic, the Brawler, classic Brawler heavy cruiser with a laser on the bottom and big guns on the top. And two little Rhodian Hinge down here, each with a gun, each with a missile backpack. I bet those are all... Oh no, only 8 missiles in each one. Palm Bear. Twin heavy cruisers. Oh my gosh, moral failing and value judgment make an appearance again. The classic Palm Bear bringing the default fleet. Jaspex bringing the double light cruiser scout. Honestly, I think this is probably one of my, not this exactly, but this like, this hull layout, as in 2 light cruisers, 1 sprinter is my most frequently run. I like it. It can be hard to make a light cruiser symmetrical. I make mine symmetrical, but it's not always a good thing. And then Flying Breakfast. Flying Breakfast bringing missile frigates. Missile frigates. And it will be missile frigates. These must be some nice missiles. Because I think all total they have, what? It's actually not that many. Wow. Each one only with 6 missiles, it looks like. 6 missiles. And they've already launched a couple, it looks like. They're going to have to work pretty hard. There's a lot of overtime to get there. Madhawk mines deployed. What was it by these guys? Is the Pope deploying mines? No. No, that must be a container liner. A container liner getting some mines down here. Right here in the wedge of the bone. That could be really frustrating if somebody takes the wrong turn. This is pretty far out for a container liner. They do have a jammer, a little jammer support ship, which is going to do the jamming. It's spotted. Now that's got to be absolutely terrifying if you're the container liner, because you are inches away yourself from getting spotted, so you had better start running, sir, because this is not going to work too well. Faranac, Stone Cradle. Oh, we have a foxhole player here. I'm sorry, I have terminally online too long. I know too many things. Forbidden knowledge, things I should never have learned. Gear shift, leaving their container liner right here. You need to move it, sir. Get it out of there. It's going to be spotted by these moral failing, these 3 beefy fists hanging with them. Coordination here. Moores has got to leave. This is stressing me out. I need to look somewhere else at something else. We've got those little missiles coming out. Meteor. 2 meteor missiles hitting Vatican St. Luca. Reactor is down, and they can't repair it. That radar is down. Pardon me. Radar is down. There's just not going to be enough power to turn it back on. But the ship can move. It's not useless, but a very sad end to potentially a keystone in everything OSB does. OSB kind of has a radar weakness in my experience, and so these early warning radars for them are very important. Fortunately, they still have 2 more. Alrighty, and what's it gonna be? We've got containers on the way. They're gonna get, it looks like somebody's got Sarissa out here. Sarissa. There we go. You can see those little tiny clusters of shot. It's called sand shot, but theoretically what it is it's essentially an extra accurate long-range shotgun for shooting down missiles. Container can't quite decide where it wants to go, and it looks like it doesn't quite have the range to close the distance anyway, though the sand shot's making very quick work of it. The PD, and there we are, blown out of the sky. More missiles coming out here from Flying Breakfast. Flying Breakfast going to pick up a hit on Bandit right here. You saw that. We've got more of them coming out here. HCAP. These are properly suited for punching through the Ocello's moderate armor. Here the missiles go. That sprint stage, one of the dirty tricks of ANS. And those HCAT missiles penetrating deep into the ship, getting all the way back to the reactor, even though they hit on the front. Ripping the armor away on the exit. Now we've got more. Bandits down. Squirrel Boy. The Squirrel Boy disconnecting. Mini Titan got the ships, but that I don't think they needed to do that. I understand that was frustrating, but you don't need to quit when you're frustrated. Just be patient. Trig Sauna. Not quite a worthy trade. It can repair one thing, and it's probably going to repair its missile launcher. We've got rockets coming out here, these little sprinters, shuttles in fact. They do have lots of rockets, and rockets can be very deadly if they get through here, but it looks like the point defense is just so brutal here that not very many are going to get through. Looks like one component was taken out, but it looks like there's just enough flak. Ooh. Beefy Fist, the right one to target, Moral Failing, and Value Judgment both have very powerful point defense. They are right here. There we go. 1, 2. On the bottom of the ship, there's less coverage on these Axfords, so they almost take out that laser. They might take out the laser if these guys have more rockets on them. They are empty. St. Clement, St. Sixtus, St. Peter, St. Sixtus just took a missile. Beefy Fist, losing the berthing and the beam, not a worthy trade at all. These little shuttles can be great ambush tools. Those rockets are glorious close range damage, though they do a lot better. Oh no, we missed the second one, St. Hyginus. They do have some rockets on them, and they are going to launch some of them. And some of them are going to go somewhere. It's really just a cluster of confusion here. 9 more Piranha rockets. I don't think the right move here... The right move here, I don't think, was going for these heavy cruisers. Heavy cruisers are not good rocket targets. They have tons of armor, and the rocket doesn't have a lot of armor penetration. And there we go, the missile's coming out. The laser coming out. The laser going to be a death blow to basically any shuttle it hits. Cleaning out the reactors and the engines real quick. Though, command missiles coming out here. Oscar with rocket containers. Rocket containers are very good. Sometimes, when people don't have flak, they're very good. But these ships have flak. Moors made the escape. The ship is alive in a theoretical sense. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Gear shift you may want to check. If they complete that container liner, they will fail to complete the CIC. Oh, they do have a CIC. I'm rude. They have a secondary CIC, but sometimes if you do your repair, good. Thumbs up emoji. Sorry, but I was a little worried there. They had a second CIC in there, so they are fine. He got this. He does have this. I was worried that we were going to see somebody repair this guy as well, and they were going to lose the reinforced CIC, and they were going to accidentally repair their ship into it never working again. It can be tragic to see. It looks like the PD has been defeated to a degree, and so some of these are going to actually land. The trouble here with these is that these rockets don't do enough damage to punch through the armor of these. Moral failing, value judgment coming out the worse the wear here. A lot of shuttles just scattered and dead. Rhodey right here is going to be completely crippled. Might be able to restore some functionality. It'll be able to move again, potentially. Oscar, the other container liner, Mobius is disconnected. The other container liner, the MLSs, that's where the command missiles came from. Definitely a commitment. They used all of them. This is 9,000 points to ANS's 6,000 points, so probably a victory for ANS. These are a little bit of a misfire right here. They're going to hit the rock. Probably just a direct target right there. You can feel like you need to go quick. Oh my. Well, it works out a little bit. Value judgment going up. Didn't expect that, didn't see that, but they must have had a reactor failure and the ship is just blown up right there. A lucky break for OSP. And we've got the battleship up here. The battleship is going to probably spell the end for Oscar right here. Oscar's best chance is to just unload as many of these containers as possible. It's too late. I'm not sure why they're repairing berthing. Berthing does not need a repair. Berthing is crew quarters. Maybe they're going home and they're suffering some low morale. They don't want a mutiny, but that is not simulated in the game. So, unimportant for the very near future. St. Peter. And St. Evaristus have claimed the A point. This is a King of the Hill map game, and so ultimately your goal is to capture points. And OSP has all but B point. B point? Not sure where B point is. A little Nipper missile coming out here, a size 1. Part of the scout ship duels that are going to happen all over the map for most of the game. Corvette Swatters coming up here, going to take out Drew of Blab, but Drew of Blab is an important ship to take out because it is actually a scout. Scent of Cleveland is empty, however, and so it's actually harmless. Bonk, bonk, bonk. These rockets coming in down here. The battleship is so big it's going to take the rockets, but it's a battleship, so it has even more armor than the heavy cruisers. Rockets, great for everything light cruiser and smaller, but really struggle getting through that big, heavy armor. Though this is a rather even match, it seems. The two container liners, though, very sad. Gearshift's still in the game. They have not disconnected, but their ship has gone down. Spitefully staying in, what you'd expect from a foxhole player. That's my point. Gearshift says. Claiming it, I believe this ship probably just got hit by the mines. It doesn't really have a good way. It has a jammer. I think if you're good, if you're clever with your jammer and you back up a little bit, you can avoid the mines. Moral failing, now caught in a gunfight they don't want to be in. They've lost all their armor from the reactor bloom of their sister ship. And so now they're just going to take all of this fire. Heavy cruisers, really annoying if you like to play Ocellos. You can't man fight them with Ocellos, but you can with these guys, even though these guys have less armor. These guys do have a lot more firepower most of the time. Beefy Fist has managed to escape mostly unscathed here, and it looks like they're going to slide up underneath everybody and get the kill. They are unseen, barely seen. Rooting Hormone, they're turning their guns, it looks like. Well, I can't tell where they want to shoot. They want to shoot somewhere. I think it's going to be a moral failing. The wise choice? I think it's probably the wise choice to finish off moral failing, but they are moving away. And it is definitely the safe, risk-averse choice to start firing at this ship right away. There's a chance you take out that laser. And just trying to charge people with the laser does not normally work out. I mean, these laser bathtubs are scary. I'm surprised Beefy Fist got the F point. I'm surprised that they decided to try and close the distance here. Maybe their thought was they could save Moral Failing. Moral Failing is going to be able to put down some fire and is not going to die because of this. Beefy Fist is going to take terrible damage as it runs straight into the guns. And they're probably going to immediately try and repair the beam under fire. We are going to see how that works. We've got light cruisers down here that are also shooting at these ships. These ships, OSP suddenly looking a lot more unstable. They've got the points. Do they have the firepower to keep them? Do they? Farinac up here. Farinac Coast, no weapon on here. So they cannot contest the D point, I do not believe, but Name over here does not have a way to get rid of these mines, so if they stray just a tad too far up, they will die to the mines. You know, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. I was about to suggest something really dumb. I'm not even gonna bother. You might be able to do that. I'm not gonna even put that thought in your head because you might try it and be very disappointed. I will put the thought in your head. My thought was, hey, I wonder if you could somehow trigger the mines by moving the ship down, like next to that ship, turning off comms, getting the mines to trigger on this one, and turning back on comms and moving out of the way. I think that the mines would hit their range limit before that happened. D point, well, we have an awkward scenario because this ship has no weapons either. It cannot contest the D point, and so Farinac, by sitting here, has contested the D point and kept it. Keeping OSP in the game a little bit. We've got St. Alexander, who's probably going to pick up D right here. St. Everestus, also going for the B point. No Other Way, Trojan Shadow, Squirrel Boy, Mini Titan, Gear Shift, and Mungie, all on the OSP team. Outer System Protectorate, a bunch of space pirates and space truckers. They hate taxes. Almost out of ships, but they can pick up. Oh no, the rock. The rock's gonna kill these guys. These guys are not gonna be able to get the ship because of the rock. No, they will, because it's on the wrong side of the rock. Rhodey over here, I thought was dead, but is not dead, is going to take a huge number of... a few missiles due to some bad targeting. They're going to go down. They didn't have a jammer, did they? No, they didn't. I don't know what was... Command radar. Must be a mediocre track then, because the missiles all decided they wanted to go maybe just a little bit the wrong way. These guys are gonna hit. Oh no. Must be a poor track, but one. Farinac holds this point, heathens. This is absolutely a foxhole player. Gear shift aggressive in their point holding. OSP maintaining the points with these bat cappers. The battleship coming down here to fight Saint Telesphorus. Oh my goodness. Why is it hard for me to read names like this? My stupid, cruddy English language. Telesphorus, right here. Not doing too hot. A point will be taken, by the battleship. The battleship's rear gun and undergun are going to end it for this little shuttle. The little shuttle doesn't really have a chance there. A Trojan Shadow going to make it towards the sea point and just daring everybody to fire at them. These big ships have tons of health. They're a little hard to kill, even if they don't have very much armor. I need a lot of HE. The two light cruisers, I don't think they ran into much opposition on their side, having a little bit of a boring game from the player Jaspex. They're probably more annoyed about it than we are. But they are able to pick up a couple of these little ships on the backside. No other way. Perhaps a kilometer from the point. The engine is out. They aren't going to make it there. Assist their final orders. Dead in the water. Engine's still up, but the CIC must be down. F point being taken, and this is the end game for this game. Everybody burns their ships early and often, their munitions all disappear, and then there's nothing left to go on in the game, and so it becomes this cripple fight at the end for the points, and there's only 1,000 points, so ANS has got to get on it in the next couple of ticks or OSP is going to win. There may be a complaint or two about it not being 1,250 points, though ANS would have still had, with their mostly slow ships, they only have one capper. I believe it's crippled. Yeah, right here. Trig Sauna, the only other capper, and it's too slow. It is getting the E point. OSP definitely got the advantage early. And there are not enough points to see if ANS could have turned the tide here. We're going to go for an MVS from both teams, the most valuable ship from both teams. See what is going on here. Gear shift, Faranac, definitely doing pretty well. But I don't think we're going to give it to that ship. We might actually, if nobody does any damage. No Other Way. I think No Other Way was the final ship to be eliminated over here. It definitely kept all the other ships distracted and from capping the point. They won with literally one ship left. Did they? Never mind, we might have to give it to Faranac. Faranac was the last ship remaining. I'm either going to give it to Faranac or No Other Way. Both honorable mentions at the very least for MVS. That's just sitting on the point. It's not hard, but it can win you the game. Pretty good. Surviving for another 250 points might not have happened if that was the case. I thought OSP had more left. No offensive ability. Ah, that's what it was. Okay, these guys have no offensive ability. They could have been doing the same thing. And to be honest, this ship also had no offensive ability. It had a jammer, I guess, that counts. ANS's most valuable ship. Moral Failing. Moral Failing doing an incredible amount of damage for these guns. I mean, that starter fleet. Oak just does very well. It's either going to be Beefy Fist or Moral Failing. I think they could have played a little more conservatively and not necessarily gotten their brother ship killed, sister ship killed, pardon me. But they did do very well themselves. So I guess it's going to be Beefy Fist and Faranac as the MVSs of the game. And that's it, folks.